Hello fine people of the internet. Today we'll be looking at Super Mario Maker 2, a game that lets deranged individuals such as myself upload hideous abominations for the world at large to see.
If you cast your mind back to 2014, a simpler time before we started calling segways without handlebars hoverboards and when Nintendo was still trying to salvage the Wii U, then you might remember the announcement of Super Mario Maker. This quaint little game was originally planned to be an in-house Mario level editor for Nintendo, but they quickly realised the potential fun the tool could have as a game. The team behind this level editor pitched it to Takeshi Tezuka, who at the time had a case of the I want a Wii U sequel to Mario Paint. When Mario Maker was pitched to him, he quickly got over his case of the I want a Wii U sequel to Mario Paint, as a Mario creation tool was far more marketable. In the summer of 2015, Mario Maker released as a celebration of Mario's 35th anniversary. It was critically panned for lacking slopes. This led Reggie to develop Super Mario Maker 2 with 100% more slopes and hold it hostage until he retired in 2019.
So is Super Mario Maker 2 a worthy follow-up to Super Mario Maker 1, or does it fall flat, like all of the terrain in that game?
Now this game has a lot of new additions, like hills and bees. I'm gonna have a hard time talking about everything, so I'll start with story mode and go from there. Mario helped build a castle for his unrequited love. Nice guys, am I right? But oh no, the undo dog hit reset rocket and castle is poof. So Mario has to work odd jobs to earn enough money for the chief to rebuild the whole thing. These jobs are just Mario levels other people have created for Mario to pass. The difficulty determines the pay Mario gets. 100 for baby level, 150 for normal, 200 for expert, and 300 for the toughest levels Nintendo could craft. Of course these are all easy, and the real challenge is preventing yourself from killing that dog. These levels are pretty fun, and serve as a way to teach players what good level design is. Clearly people don't care, but at least you tried. The story mode also locks 2 power-ups behind it, creating incentive to complete it and hopefully learn what makes a level fun.
Of course, if you're serious about level creation, you'll go down to the Pigeon Dojo. For this gag I was going to get a live pigeon in the studio, but that violated several health regulations. And I wasn't fast enough to catch any.
Yamamura's Dojo is a big old tutorial for new players to learn the craft of Mario making. With 50 plus lessons, it can be a massive time sink, but a more than welcome addition to try and curb the amount of hot garbage uploaded to the course world.
For this gag I was going to get a bag of hot garbage in the studio, but that also violated several health regulations, and I wasn't fast enough to catch any.
Once you complete story mode, you'll have fully finished Peach's new castle with all the bells and whistles, but you'll likely still have jobs left. Yellow Toad will finally wake up and give you 3 jobs, each one unlocking a new statue out the front of Peach's castle. Peach herself will give you some jobs, and the money you earn doing these can be used to build a complete eyesore of pixel art, ruining the value of the castle. Once the castle is 100% complete, you'll unlock the Builder power-up for the 3D world theme, and after you complete all of Purple Toad's jobs, you'll unlock the Super Ball Flower, a power-up from the Super Mario Land game on GBA, which is usable in the Super Mario Bros. Game theme.
Now that I've covered story mode, I think it's time I got into the nitty-gritty of course creation.
The UI for making has seen a bit of a design overhaul. Gone are the days of a simple collapsible item list. It's all about scroll wheels now. You can undo any mistakes by either holding B or tapping on the undo dog, and now pressing L or R toggles erase mode. I don't think this was in Super Mario Maker 1, and it certainly helps streamline the process of creating, as any slips can be easily removed. Multi-grab and copy are on the same button, when one could have been on ZL and one on ZR. You know, instead of having to press it twice to access copy, which is completely dumb. The biggest thing added to the UI are obviously the new level themes and night themes. The 4 new themes are desert,
sky world,
snow, and jungle. For the most part, I love how each level theme looks, but I would like to have a serious word with whoever thought that making Mario 3's jungle pipe themed was a brilliant idea. Oh god, it looks so bad. Now that's out of my system, let's talk about night themes. For a start, I adore the music these bring. The soft instrumentals just work so damn well. The gimmicks that each brings are obviously hit or miss, but I think most are good. The only 2 I actively dislike are the ghost house and underwater. Call me boring, but I value my sight in platformers. My personal favourite's the airship, because that damn music slaps and the rainy look is just so damn pleasing. Some other much welcome UI features the addition of vertical sub areas, the ability to change water levels in the jungle and castle themes, and the custom scroll. All of which have led to awesome levels just a month after release. What you can create has been expanded so much due to the new items and changes to the old ones. Things like horizontal thwomps, on-off switch conveyor belts, and red Yoshis allow for far more than you'd ever expect.
Of course, the real star of the show are the new course assets, and woo boy are those nice.
Right off the bat, things like the snake block and the angry sun, obvious omissions from the first, add so much to levels. It's awesome to see the sun is still trying to fry Mario to death, though in recent times he seems to be losing his edge. Alongside the sun comes the moon, the gateway to the night theme, and a happy dude ready to massacre the screen at Mario's whim. My favourite addition has to be the claw. It lends itself to a lot of puzzle solving, and jumping from one to the other is seriously the most satisfying thing in the game. Boom Boom is an awesome mini boss, but he does suffer in my opinion, as he can't really be adapted to fights like like Bowser and Bowser Jr.
I can't cover every new asset. I've got bigger fish to fry.
The only new theme addition is Super Mario 3D World, exclusively in 2D. This theme can't be swapped between freely whilst making, as it does things a bit differently. It's a shame things like Clear Pipes and Bloody Fire Bros are exclusive to it, but I'll take what I can get. Some level themes are changed for this game. Ship levels are circus themed and sky levels take place in the game's toy box theme. It's a wee bit annoying, but I guess it's nice to see a change of pace. What's also welcome is the Builder power-up. It lets you swing your hammer, which is a bit of a poor melee attack, but where it really shines is its ability to create boxes. This alone makes it one of Mario's more creative power-ups, and it perfectly lends itself to puzzles. All that said, I don't particularly like making in this game theme. It's not bad, but I prefer the physics of the other four, and I don't feel like it does enough different to warrant my use over New Super Mario Bros. U.
Now, of course, if you want to add other games to the extra game theme in the Super Mario Maker 2 game, Nintendo, I wouldn't complain.
Now before I move on to the online features, I just want to talk about the two creation modes. Whilst the Switch is docked, you have to use a controller, but whilst undocked, you can use the touchscreen. Now obviously touchscreen is far superior for this kind of thing, but I think Nintendo genuinely brought their A game for the docked option. I genuinely prefer making levels docked because I don't need to move my stylus out of the way to use button functions. All the footage was recorded docked because duh, but that's really how I make the majority of my levels.
How about that, on? Really a YouTube loading gag in current year?
In the course world, you've got 4 options. Courses, leaderboards, multiplayer, and the endless challenge. Courses is where you can go to find all those up and coming levels. Those already popular as all heck, new levels so you can cherry pick easy ones for a first clear and perform a detailed search. Levels now have tags that are applied when you upload, and detailed search lets you find levels with the tags you want. It even lets you choose what region you want to search in. No, I don't know why.
Now for the leaderboards, and oh boy, I sure hope those aren't pointless.
I understand the popular level creator leaderboards. It helps you find the best creators that create levels that wet your whiskers. But hell will freeze over before I find a real use for the other categories. They're only useful if you're one of those insecure people that tries to flex constantly so people think you're better than the Joe Schmo.
Kenny.
Next is multiplayer. Imagine the chaotic elements of New Super Mario Bros. Multiplayer and add severe lag. I'm sure local play is fun, but I don't have friends. Nintendo really needs dedicated servers because as is, this game mode is horrible but shows real promise. The concept of playing co-op or competitive to complete random Mario stages really piqued my interest when announced, but as usual Nintendo Online leaves a lot to be desired. Then again, the inclusion is why I can play as Luigi, so I'm not complaining. This leaves us with the Endless Challenge, featuring the 4 returning difficulties of Easy, Normal, Expert and Super Expert. This is my favourite way to play levels. You never know if you're going to get trash or treasure, and it quite literally always leaves me wanting to beat just one more level. It's a shame Nintendo removed 100 Mario for it, but if they treat Mario Maker 2 in the same way that they treated the first, it might be added down the line as free DLC.
Now for my top 1 DLC assets. Thwimp.
Overall, Mario Maker 2 definitely lived up to my expectations. Not everything is perfect, but I think what has been added and changed is more than enough for it to replace the first. Thank you all so much for watching. The next review is whatever I do next. Stay tuned and get hyped for some Thwimp DLC. Bye bye!